はい、皆さん、こんにちは and welcome back. おかえりなさい. This is Unit 2-3. The first sentence pattern that we want to look at is this rather long phrase, 手いただけませんか? Now, this is a very polite request-making sentence. Like, could you please do something? ゆっくり話していただけませんか? So you take the verb 手 form and add いただけませんか? ゆっくり話していただけませんか? Could you please speak a little slowly? この日本語を訳していただけませんか? So that's 訳す to translate in the 手 form. 訳していただけませんか? Could you please translate this Japanese? So as a request making, you guys already should know 手ください. 手ください. Now, this is actually is polite, but when we are trying to ask something to somebody of a higher social status, like your boss or maybe your like teacher or your older people or like strangers in the street, in these situations, you need to be speaking very politely. So when you want to ask a favor to those people, you need to do this in a very polite way. And this is the sentence pattern to use in that kind of situation. 手いただけませんか? This is a very, very formal and respectful and polite way of requesting something. Now, the second sentence pattern that we're looking at is qualifying nouns with sentences. Now, that might sound a little bit hard, but basically what we are trying to do is adding more information to a noun. Look at the first example. これはさくらさんが訳した本です. First, just focus on the green sentence. これは本です. これは本です. That's simple enough. This is a book. Now, what we are trying to do is adding more information to the book. これは本です. Now, what kind of 本 book it is? It's さくらさんが訳した本です. It's a book that Sakura translated. So 本 is described in more detail by the sentence 桜さんが訳した. Second sentence here, if you look at the green part, 友達がいます. 友達がいます. I have a friend. That's great. Now we want to look at what kind of friend do you have. It's 中国語が話せる. 中国語が話せる. I have a friend who can speak Chinese. So 友達 is described in more detail by the sentence 中国語が話せる. Now, in this kind of situation, the qualifying part, the sentence part has to be in the short form, 訳した or 話せる. Short form and the noun, you can describe or qualify the noun in more details, adding more information to the noun. So when you do this, obviously you need the short form of a verb. So make sure that you review Unit 8.1 or 8.3 for level 1. If you're not sure of the short forms, you can look at the verb short form in Unit 8.1, and you can look at the past tense short form in 8.3. Now, there's a few patterns, very common patterns to this sentence pattern, so let's look at them. So first pattern is something wa, the sentence plus noun part, this. So wa this sentence. これは本です. Again, this is a book. これは本です. But 私が昨日図書館で借りた本です. This is a book that I borrowed from a library yesterday. Second pattern, the sentence plus noun could come at the front. はです. So, トムさんが行ったラーメン屋. It's a ramen restaurant that Tom went to. はとても有名です. Is very famous. So you might have noticed that in the qualifying sentence part, the orange parts, the particle は、私は、or トムさんは, it's always replaced by が。私が借りた、or トムさんが言った. So within the qualifying sentence, remember to replace the particle は to が。私が、トムさんが. A few more patterns here. The sentence plus noun could work as an object and will be followed by the お. 昨日私が案内した店. The restaurant that I took you to. 店を覚えていますか? Do you remember? So, 昨日私が案内した店. This is a very, very large chunk of one noun. 店, what kind of 店 it is. 昨日私が案内した. Finally, sentence plus noun could be followed by が. This. So if you look at the 好きです, as you know, 好きです takes the が as the object. 母が作るケーキ。The cake that my mother makes が好きです。So I like the cake that my mother makes. So once again, in the qualifying sentence part, your particle は should be always replaced with the が. So don't say 私は初めて読んだ日本語の漫画は One Piece です。Instead, you should be saying 私が初めて読んだ日本語の漫画 The Japanese manga that I read for the first time, the first manga that I read is One Piece. So in this sentence pattern, the sentences tend to be very complicated. So always try to locate the main noun, hon or ramen ya. Just always locate the main noun first and then work on the qualifying parts. Try to discover or figure out what kind of noun it is.